we have a lot on growth tonight, people, so I'm going to merge these two because they're kind of flip-flops of each other. Can you explain what you mean by growth? What kind of businesses are you wanting, and what kind of business would you not welcome to come to Moscow? So can you explain what you mean by growth, and what kind of businesses are you wanting, and is there any type of business you would not welcome in Moscow? Go ahead.
To me, growth is adding footprints, buildings that pay taxes, adding people to come into our town, to be part of us, that make living wages, and increasing the number of students that go to the university, and all of the attendant things they need, housing, food, places to shop. What I would not want to come to Moscow, we don't need like a petrochemical plant. We don't need an oil refinery. We don't need that kind of stuff. What we could use is a manufacturing that builds small whatnots, whatever it is. Something that's clean, something that you can put a lot of them on a truck to get them out of here, bring in some more money. That's the type of thing that I would like to see come to Moscow. If we approach it right, I think we can do it.
Thank you. Walt?
I wouldn't want an oil refinery here. I mean, why? Why would they want to put one here? Why would anybody want to move Saturn out of Tennessee and plop it down to build cars in Moscow, Idaho? We don't have 4 lanes. We aren't on an interstate. We have what amounts to a spur line railroad, which does help get some of the wheat products out here. But we're not that kind of community. We don't want that. What we need to do is develop the people that are working at the University of at Washington State, University of Idaho, in graduate programs, developing John's whatnots, the small little things that really mean a lot when you get to putting them in computers or into spaceships or into whatever, and build them here and move them out. Those are high-paying jobs. Research people like EMSI with their data business that they do, those people are paid very well because of the type of work they do and the education they have. So those are the type of businesses that I would like to see.
Thank you, Walt. Rebecca?
Well, you might get tired of me talking about retirees, but I think it's the things that I do with my mother, who's 84, and help care with her that make me think of these things. So suppose we attracted retirees to Moscow. That could spring its own kind of development around, say, more healthcare things available. A lot of folks that live in this town go to Lewiston for this test or that treatment. They go to Spokane for something else. Perhaps if we get more population, we could build on our healthcare system. We have a great hospital going. We have some treatment centers going on, but we could perhaps build on that, and that would create jobs that pay more than $7 an hour. And I think thinking outside sort of the big box idea into that kind of care, because our population, let's face it, is going to get older, and we're going to need more services like that.
Art?
Yeah, when I think of growth, I don't necessarily think of bricks and mortar. I think more about the intellectual capital that our community has. Between Moscow Pullman, University of Idaho, Washington State University, we've got a huge amount of intellectual people here that can make a living in terms of growth, bringing in money, making a life here, using the town for what it is. So writing software does not take a lot of bricks and mortar. You can do a lot of stuff in very small quarters with that. Additionally, I'd like to see us take more advantage of what we have going on around town, the farms and for wheat, peas, lentils, things like that. Why don't we have any value-added processing for agricultural products in this town? We should be able to set up a whole wheat mill in an industrial zone south of town that could be very successful and provide local grain instead of having to get our frosted mini wheats from Battle Creek, and without having to export all of our products across the Pacific Ocean as a bulk commodity instead of a value-added product. So I think all of these are achievable to help with growth.
Thank you, Art. Bill?
Thank you. Light industry or industrial park we've got out south of town there. We really haven't done anything out there. I would really like to see that be developed. That's something we need to get right on with as soon as we possibly can. I think that is a big thing for us. The obvious on the things that we don't need, most of those things have been said here already, and what our city statute said you cannot do here in Moscow, naturally, that's a given. One thing I do want to mention quickly though, some of you folks in here have seen, I have banged on hundreds of doors in our city this fall so far, and I cannot believe how many dogs we have out there. So if somebody could come up with a new idea for dogs, that would be a business that we could do. Dogs, we have got lots of them.
Well, Bill, I can help you out with that. My husband and I own a veterinary business, so that would be good. You know, growth in Moscow is not going to be exponential. We have confines here in the Palouse Basin. We have limitation in the groundwater supply. So certainly we want to look at growth that's compatible within the ecological limitations we have. But we can grow the enrollment at the University of Idaho, I think, through making our whole community more attractive and opportunities for students, faculty, and staff. And the spouses who come with some of those folks to be able to secure jobs here. Certainly we're looking at the biomedical fields, the tech sector, food innovation, value-added ag products, and those kinds of things. But we also have opportunities in this light industrial park for the light manufacturing and assembly and the certificate and apprenticeship programs that we used to call VOTech when I was in high school, and now it's professional technical training opportunities. So that kind of growth is important. Businesses we wouldn't want would be highly water consumptive, that would be polluting in some way, that would destroy the quality of life because we can't sever that from our economy.
Thank you. And hang on to the mic. It's question number 7.